Okay, you guys, I decided to speak about my former employer, Kinecta Federal Credit Union, and how I was treated while I was being an employee there, and who was trying to frame me. Let's get into it. Okay, I was hired in the beginning of the year. I believe it was January 31st, 2022. I was hired at Kinecta Federal Credit Union. And I went through a training process where they give you equipment, you do the training from home. My Wi-Fi was tripping. I had to go to a friend's house and get the assistance of the Wi-Fi. I'll be honest, my Wi-Fi, I didn't have that service. I didn't have the service. Someone else did, so I asked help. Went to someone else's house with the equipment and still did the training. From my understanding, the trainers are actually able to listen. Even though you have your mic on mute, they can still hear the conversations you're having. So towards the end of the training, one of the managers, I'm gonna call him Jim. Okay, we're gonna call him Jim. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine while I was on break. I come back to the break, from the break, and he starts like cutting me off. And to be honest, I don't remember the conversation I had with my friend, but clearly it ruffled the trainer's feelings. And when I tried to engage in the training, he would cut me off or tell me I was wrong about something. I didn't know where he started being mean to me. And I'm like, okay, like I noticed a change in his character towards me, whatever. Boom, that happens. I officially am now, working at the branch, continue the training at the Brea branch. Went through that process. Before you know it, okay, boom, I'm starting to work at the Brea location. Mind you, I'm the only African-American woman there, only African-American person there. Okay, at this Brea branch. And it's 8 or 9 other employees. I want to say about 10, but it's about 7, 8, 9 other employees there. Boom, already got that. Come in there, start working, smiling, being who I am, being the bubbly person I am. People are drawn to me, members are drawn to me. I'm letting them know about the products we have available for them, information about wealth management. They want me to work on that department. Boom, that happens. All of a sudden, co-workers start feeling the type of way. But let me tell you, it's a specific person who felt the type of way about me because a manager assigned me a job to do because it was called Shred Fest. It was the stupidest thing, Shred Fest. But mind you, I'm be honest with y'all, I didn't know I owed Nick's Cashing, which is owned by Kinecta Federal Credit Union. I owed them like $240. I was like 17, 18 years old. My mom was teaching me about this stuff, or I can apply for loans and things of that nature. So I didn't know about this. I didn't have no financial literacy at that time. I was going with what I was told and how to, get some money, pay it back. It must have slipped my mind when that happened. They registered it as, okay, you owe, in order for us to help you open an account, you have to, pay this off. So boom, I go to the account that I have somewhere else and I give them a check that's more than what is owed to open the account. The supervisor, we'll call her supervisor. The supervisor, her name starts with an A. She knows who she is. I overhear her talking to, I believe, one of the managers or whatever, because I provided them a check of like $2,500. Mind you, they had it sitting in the drawer for a week or so, I would say. And I'm like, what's going on? Mind you, she's on the phone with somebody else. I don't know where this money came from. Excuse me, what do you mean you don't know where this money? So they come back to me and tell me, oh, we need the exact amount in cash. Even though y'all verified the check with the bank I bank with? Oh, okay, boom, all right, keep that. I didn't say nothing, I was like, okay, no worries, it's fine. Took the check back to the bank I originally banked at and gave them the exact amount in cash. Opened the account. Already a red flag. Already stereotyping me. Already prejudging me. Boom, that happens. So let's go back to the part where I was assigned to do a Shred Fest event. Some girl, we'll call her, you know what? I'm gonna call her slowness. That's what she is. She was slow. She goes to a college university, but she was not there. Like, she's there, but she is not there. However, she felt some type of way because I was getting recognition or acknowledgement of my performance and how well I was doing. So she felt some type of way. She did. She felt some type of way. Just because I was hired to do Shred Fest. Shred Fest, it was me and one other coworker. The other coworker hated her guts. And let me say, this other coworker that I'm cool with for a while, let's call her Jenny. Okay, we'll call her Jenny. Because she was my homegirl. She was kind of my homegirl, you know. She was a white girl, but she was my, you know, we was cool for a second, whatever. And she hated her guts. And she did not understand why the managers favored her. This girl was slowness girl. I don't know, she had money, her family has money in the bank, and she has some sort of pool, and I honestly feel like that's what it was. She had some sort of financial pool where she was able to get the job. She goes to a university, her parents is paying for her college, whatever, and she just get away with things, and she could just do whatever she want. And I was like, yeah, and it's us people here that don't have that privilege and being treated the way we're being treated as employees. But let's go ahead and keep going. Mind you, ShredFest is just standing outside of the branch and letting customers come and shred their paper. Let me tell you, when I tell you Miss Slowness was upset that me and another coworker, Jenny, was assigned a position because she wanted to do the ShredFest. Miss Slowness wanted to do the ShredFest, right? And the supervisor at that time, because the supervisor was there. No, the branch manager, because we have the branch manager, then we have the operations manager, then we have the supervisor. The branch manager assigned me the position with Jenny. Miss Slowness was upset that I was assigned to do the ShredFest event. After me and Jenny finished doing the ShredFest event, we come back into the branch and she starts being passive aggressive towards us. Like not acknowledging us, ignoring us, you know. I didn't say nothing to her. But Jenny was trying to be all, you know, pretty much kiss her butt, trying to be in her face, hey, and Miss Slowness was like ignoring her, like throwing shade. Miss Slowness was ignoring me, but check this out. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to do my job. I have a child to raise, okay? I'm not about to sit here and be all in the little girl's face trying to, please like me. No, I'm not here. Girl, you do not cut my check. So why do you honestly feel like just because I'm assigned a job to do, you're upset because I'm being recognition of how well I'm doing? The branch managers want to assign me a position to do ShredFest and for a position that you wanted to do. And then you want to sit here and be passive aggressive towards us based off of a manager's decision and blame us for it. Me and Jenny for it. What? But anywho, that happens. So, you know, week goes by, she's being passive aggressive, not talking to me. I'm not talking to her. I ain't saying nothing to her. I'm talking to everybody else at the branch. Everybody else at the branch likes me. They're enjoying, you know, the work I do. Out of nowhere, I guess she started going to the manager saying I said this to her a certain way or that to her. And the manager's like, I don't see it. At first, they're like, I don't see what you're talking about because you're lying. You're saying I'm talking to you in a ghetto manner or a ghetto way. And I'm like, I don't even talk like that. Yes, I have a ghetto name. Y'all might think of my name as ghetto, but I really, what's the word? I speak very proper. I know how to conduct myself in a working environment. So for you to sit here and lie about my behavior towards you when I haven't acted like that with no one else, and no one else have not seen this behavior that you claim that I did towards you, you're going to look crazy, right? So boom, that happens. There's another incident where out of nowhere, the branch manager and the supervisor wanted her to start telling people when to go to lunch and break and everything. Mind you, this girl don't even talk to me on a regular basis. Like, she don't talk to me at all, right? So one time she gets upset. Like, she's like, oh, you know, she starts telling me, hey, go to lunch. Lovetta, go to lunch. You know, go to lunch. And I'm kind of looking like, wait, is she talking to me? Okay, whatever. And I think I said, girl, bye. Because it's like, now you want to talk to me? You don't tell nobody else in this chat, in this group chat, to go on their lunch. You ain't tell nobody in this group chat to go on their lunch. Nobody. Mind you, you're only nitpicking with me, trying to tell me what to do when you're a representative below me. The managers want to purposely give you that assignment to tell everybody when to go to lunch, but the only person you're trying to tell what to do is me. Everywhere else in the chat, you're not telling everybody else, hey, it's time for you to go to your lunch, it's time for you to go to your break. You're not doing that with nobody. So I'm like, okay, girl, I see what y'all trying to do. Exactly, this girl has some sort of pull where they feel like, okay, they're trying to get a reaction out of me, see if I can, you know, say something nasty to her that she's claiming I'm doing towards her. Like, okay, I see where this is going. Boom, that happened. Then another incident happened with a male coworker. We didn't have an incident, right? He wore glasses. Let's call him Greg. Okay. Greg, it was a customer came in, right? She was an elderly lady. She was so pleasant, nice. And me, I feel like I'm a pleasant person. People just gravitate to me more or better than other people. So, you know, this elderly lady, she spoke Spanish. You know, she came in a couple of times. She met me. She liked me. She comes into the branch and she starts walking towards me. My coworker, the male coworker, Greg, starts speaking in Spanish, telling her she can go, you know, she can go to him. And she was like, no, I want to go to her. And he goes say, what the fuck? You know? Like, what the fuck? And then goes and run off to a supervisor or manager. And it's like, it's not my fault that the customers choose to work with me than to work with you guys. Why you guys feel so intimidated by me? Because I actually do my job and I enjoy doing it with a smile on my face. And you guys walk in here like y'all freaking hate the job. That's the difference between me and you. Come on now. And I'm the only African American girl in here. And a Hispanic person wants to speak to me even though she spoke majority Spanish. And she still wants to get assistance from me? Okay, boom, that happens. So I believe it was like a little before that time or around that time. I guess I ended up speaking with HR with, you know, Miss Slowness because she lied saying I spoke to her. I don't know. She said I said something about saying something to her like, I don't know. And the first one incident, I don't know what lie she came up with. And I'm like, I didn't even speak to her that way. To the point that I was in tears because the HR, who was black as well, did not want to believe me. She just saw, since I am black and I know I can talk that way, I know you're black, so you definitely spoke to her that way. That was her mindset. She prejudged me. And I kept on telling her, I said, I did not speak to that girl like that. I didn't even speak to her at all. I mean, I'm crying because nobody wanted to believe me. Nobody wanted to believe me. And then they threatened to fire me. After something I didn't even do, this girl over here, and then they wanted me to apologize to her. Apologize to her for what? This girl is lying on my name. This girl's upset that I was assisted Shred Fest. And she wasn't. Dumbest shit ever. The dumbest shit ever. Dumbest thing ever. That's how I knew. I was like, no, it's something else that as a group, as a whole, they are trying to use to get me out of here because I don't understand how this girl can lie on my name like this, bring HR in here, and then try to force me to believe that I spoke to her that way when I know I didn't. That was already a red flag. Boom, that happened. Then, out of nowhere, the operations manager made a comment. I'm like 2-3 months in already. Manager makes a comment saying, oh, make sure you're shredding your papers. Ain't that what you told us what we need to do the first time we was hired? Like, and then these people been here for years, so I'm pretty sure they're aware of shredding, making sure their stuff on a shred bin. So where did that come from? And I feel like that was a red flag too. So I'm like, okay, clearly something's not adding up here, right? I think that was actually after I found the paper. It was either before or after, I can't remember. So I'm off work that day or whatever. I don't know if it was a weekday, weekend, I don't remember. I pull up to the gas station. My mom's in the passenger seat. I'm looking for my wallet. Open up the middle console and I see a paper on top. And I'm like, you know, what paper is this? Like, the heck? I open it up. It's an email document from the wealth management department. One of the wealth management representatives' email document with somebody's name. It was a Hispanic name, like Alejandro or something like that, with their account number. And it said other stuff, but I didn't really look into it. And I'm like, how the fuck did this get, how the hell did this get into my car? How did this get into my car? Mind you, let's rewind it back, because now I'm remembering, because they wanted me to start doing wealth management calls, right? Because at first I was doing well, getting in the checking accounts open, auto loans, like I'm talking to people, hey, you like to apply for auto loan, and they was like, you know what, you good at this, let's see how well you are in wealth management. Then they started seeing me do well in wealth management. The numbers started going up in the Brea branch because I'm putting in the work, calling. They had a list of calls, a call list, And I'm calling back to back, doing my job, being productive. Some people don't know how to do. They rather, lollygag and pick on other people for entertainment. Where I was actually doing my job. I was actually bringing in real numbers. And they did not like that. Who is this black girl coming in here actually doing her job, making us look bad? Let's really talk about it. The wealth management representative, let's call her Tina. It was her email document. How did her email document get into my car around the same time the branch managers are telling me, hey, do a call list for wealth management, see if these people, their CD is about to mature, so call them and see if they're interested in, speaking of wealth management, to see if, we can offer them some better products. It makes sense. Y'all were trying to set me up as a group. The branch manager, supervisor, and operations manager all agreed that I'll start working on the wealth management list. Tina is the person I speak to, or I set up an appointment for the members to speak with her. But mind you, I don't have access to this woman's computer. I don't have access to this woman's email. I have no access to print out any of her emails. The email document that was printed out and placed into my vehicle, that email is not even in my email profile. As she never sent me that email, and it was given to me to review over, and why would she send that to me? I didn't print it out myself. I didn't go into no shred bin and shred digging into stuff. Why would I do that? There's no cameras of me doing that. There's no cameras of me walking into her office, sitting behind her computer. Nothing. So how the hell did Tina's email document get into my vehicle? Then it dawned on me. I said, our keys, our branch keys. Let's say this is the branch key. You go into the break room, you walk all the way down the hall. On your right hand side is the office. You walk past the hall, not an office, it's a section, the break room. The back wall, they have cabinets at the bottom. There's one key that can open all of those cabinets at the bottom. All the employees have that same one key that has access to open all the cabinets at the bottom. Mind you, at first, I had my purse and my keys in the front, so I can always see my keys in my purse in the front of the building. I did not have it in the break room until the manager was like, you guys need to go ahead and start putting y'all purses and keys in the back cabinets. And I said, okay, that's fine. I understand. People confidential information here in the front. You want to make sure we ain't putting nothing in our bags or anything. I completely understand. I don't mind putting my stuff away. At the same time, even being in the front, you would have been able, a camera would have been able to see me. If I took it, it would have been a camera to see me taking a piece of paper. I would still have to walk all the way to the back printer. Grab the paper, fold. You would see me fold it up. You would have seen me put it in my bag. You would have there was nothing there though. I never did anything like that. So boom, she starts telling us, hey, you guys need to start putting y'all bags and purses in the back white cabinets. No worries. I start doing that. Right? After that happens, while time goes on and people started acting weird towards me. And I'm kind of like, what's going on? This is before I found the paper. I didn't know what was going on. The fraud department was acting like customers coming up front thinking I'm trying to commit fraud or something. Somebody said something about, you can use your kids' information and do stuff about elderly abuse or elderly fraud or something like that. And mind you, somebody spoke about, elderly fraud right when Greg was upset that an elderly Hispanic lady chose to get assistance from me than him. Then out of nowhere, the fraud department wanted to act like I'm trying to commit some sort of elderly fraud because the elderly people chose to get assistance from me than the other coworkers. jealousy, envy is what they started to have towards me. Then boom, they have a demo when you're trying to, open accounts and everything, or anything, loans, anything. They have a demo system set up for that. So when we had downtime and they wanted me to start learning how to open accounts and everything, I would do demo on my downtime. The operations manager would come behind me in the other car. I'm gonna call him Mr. Stuck on Slowness. I'm gonna call him Mr. Stuck on Slowness because he was stuck on Miss Slowness. He was stuck on her. Like anything she do, he would follow like a little puppy dog. Literally a puppy dog. I'm gonna call him Mr. Stuck on Slowness. I'm not even about to get that deep. Not even about to be that disrespectful. Because they already did so much with slandering my name. And I'm just fed up. Okay? So, Mr. Stuck on Slowness will come behind me. The operation manager will come behind me when I'm doing the demo. I'm not actually opening these accounts. And they can see that it's on demo. But they want to act all suspicious as if I'm doing something fraudulent or doing something that I'm supposed to be doing when I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, if not more and better than the people that have been here. So honestly, I already felt like, okay, somebody's lying on my name, somebody's trying to frame me. These people was jealous and envious of me. Now they told the managers, as if the managers have to have some sort of suspicion of me. They're upset that Citibank wanted to sit here and blackball my account when I received an SBA grant. And they did me wrong and blackballed me. Now they're trying to make it seem like, oh, she's a fraud. No, I'm not. Just like everybody else can apply for an SBA loan or grant, I had that opportunity to do that as well, and I was approved for it. Citibank decided to discriminate against me. Let's talk about it. But let's go back to actual Kinecta Federal Credit Union. But boom, that happens. I suspected that. I'm like, okay, whatever. It is what it is. They go be suspicious. They can't say nothing because ain't nothing being done. I ain't did anything. They just hate who I am. They just do not like the fact that I am well at what I do. Simple as that. That happens. Let's go back because I'm like all over the place. Let's go back to the part I found the paper, whatever the case may be, in my car. And my mom was there. She gonna tell me. She was like, don't tell HR because they're gonna use that against you. I wanted to tell HR. Then the way she explained it to me, and then the way they was treating me at the branch already, and how old girl was lying on my name, I said, oh yeah. I said, if anything, the person that planted the document in my car, I'm pretty sure, I know HR should have asked them, did you see her do it? When did you see her do this? How did you see her do it? What time did you see her do this? And I'm pretty sure they went back, reviewed the cameras, and realized that person was lying. Now I hope HR went back and reviewed what that person was doing. And let's go back to the keys, to the white cabinets. Every coworker have access to my keys, to my purse in those white cabinets. Anybody could have taken my keys while I was working, while they were on break, while they were on lunch, could have taken my keys, stepped outside, went into my car, took that paper, took it to my car, put it in the middle console, put my keys back, and then went and told a manager and said, oh, I seen her put in her car. And I believe it was Miss Slowness that did that. And Mr. Stuck on Slowness. And maybe Tina, because she's the only one that has access to print out that paper. But everybody knew that I was working on wealth management products. They all knew that I was doing calls for the wealth management department. They all knew. That's the only thing they wanted me to work on. They didn't want me to work on nothing else, no auto loans, no checking accounts, no nothing. They just said, work on this wealth management, give me 5 to 6 pages to work on while everybody else had 1 page of something, whether it's an auto loan, checking account, CDs, whatever. They were trying to overwork me on purpose, intentionally overwork me. And they were upset that I kept working. I kept getting the job done. I completed those 5 pages, 6 pages a day or so. I was getting the job done. I was still getting referrals, even after they planted that document in my car. It was only 1 paper, 1 email document from Tina Wealth Management Department email. And they know that. So between Miss Slowness, Mr. Stuck on Slowness, Tina, the branch manager, the operations manager, the supervisor, they all had something to do with it. And peep this. After I found the paper, again, Arco gas station, seen it, I was hurt, I cried. I'm like, damn, these people really trying to frame me. These people really trying to get me out. And I said, I know if I go to HR, like my mom said, they'll go to you go to HR, they're gonna frame you because they already said that you spoke to somebody some type of way. You already know that Citibank is trying to blackball you, and they see your account with Citibank, and they trying to say that you owe when you don't. When Citibank actually took that money from me, it was granted funds. It wasn't even a loan, right? So they already know. So they're trying to get you out. So you might as well rip the paper up, and that's exactly what I did. I just ripped it up as good as I can because, again, this is somebody's personal information, confidential information. Ripped it up really good because ain't no way in hell they about to set me up. And then I run to HR, and then they want to fire me because I told them that somebody framed me. I went ahead and threw it in the trash can at the Arco gas station. Threw it away. I believe the next day, the only people I seen at the branch when I pulled up was a supervisor car, Miss Slowness car, and Mr. Stuck on Slowness car. I didn't see nobody else. And I started crying. My anxiety just went through the roof. I was crying. Called HR. I told them absolutely not. Because no. And HR has record of my call. I am crying. This is the Brea branch trying to set me up. Planted documents in my car. This Miss Slowness want to sit here and lie about how I conduct myself in the working environment when it comes to working around her, with her. And they are all on her side. Even though they know I do not talk to people that way. I do not treat people that way at all. And they know that. And they knew that. But again, I believe Miss Slowness has some sort of pull, financial pull, or she knew somebody in higher up, or her family is in higher up, and they felt like what she did was okay. Or she made it seem like I was just this horrible person, or they made it try to make it seem like I'm just this horrible person. They want to do a full background check on my personal life and who my parents are and all this. Like, they just want to do a whole background check to see why I'm not good enough to be in the position I'm in, even though I am good enough to be in the position I am, if not better. So boom, I'm crying, like telling HR, I'm not coming in there with them people. This girl just tried to set me up and tell me that I spoke to her this type of way. They don't even talk to me when she's in the branch. But when she leaves, all of a sudden everybody wants to say, Lovetta, hey Lovetta. But when she's in the branch, nobody wants to talk to me, engage with me, nothing. I'm in tears. I tell HR I'm not going into work. I said the branch manager's not here, the operations manager ain't here. And mind you, the branch manager, when we did have that sit down talk with HR, her favorite line is, I wasn't there, I don't know, I didn't see. I'm like, I can just imagine how many times she done said this line to employees who tried to speak up and defend themselves when it comes to certain employees she worked with longer. And she plays the I didn't see, I didn't know role. She actually sees and knows exactly what's going on. Okay? So HR was like, you know what? You don't have to come into work, whatever. Wait till a manager comes, whatever. All right. They let me go and work. Because I'm not going into work and work around people who is framing me. I'm not about to sit here and tell HR because HR is not going to believe me. Just like they didn't believe that I said that I did not speak to that girl that kind of way. That she claimed that I spoke to her. Tell me I'm not. She gonna say, I'm not your punching bag. I don't even talk to you. How can you be my punching bag if I don't even talk to you? You passive aggressive to me, you don't even talk to me and then try to tell me what to do and chat. You don't tell nobody else what to do, but try to tell me. Because you're upset that I was assigned to do Shred Fest and not you. Girl, bye. And I said what I said. They tried to make it seem like it was an issue and I said, girl, bye. Girl, bye. You are childish. Then, it went from trying to frame me, racially profiling me, because Miss Slowness want to accuse me. Then they want to discriminate against me, which was not giving me the equal opportunity to do the best I can in other areas of the position. Like, for instance, if you wanted me to have higher numbers in opening certain accounts, you'll give me the tools needed so I can go ahead and provide those higher numbers for you. You know what the supervisor did when it came to the new accounts? She gave me a whole sheet for new checking accounts, people who just only had savings and you want to establish checking accounts. That would be called a redeemed account or whatever. She gave me one sheet of that. Then she was like, oh, wait a minute. Get some scissors and cuts it in half. So now I have half of a sheet to potentially speak with customers who will want to open a checking account with us. Then when it came to reviewing my performance, she go tell me, oh, you're lacking in checking accounts, you're lacking in auto loans, you're doing well with management, but here are the other things you're lacking in. Oh, I must have responded back with, ma'am, you must have forgot. You guys did not provide me the tool. You guys didn't provide me no papers, no documents, nothing to say, hey, we need you to work on this. We see your numbers are low before this performance evaluation even was brought to my attention. And remember, you literally cut up one of the sheets in half. Intentionally. Okay? Because they were doing it intentionally. And told me to work on half of this sheet and smiled in my face. She said, here you go. You thought I didn't remember that, huh? You thought I didn't remember. She thought I didn't remember that. That's the supervisor. Her name started with an A. Okay? That's what that happened. Once I brought that to upper management attention, they kind of like backed off me a little bit, whatever. Then the operations manager, right? Another incident with the operations manager. And I seen how she conducted herself with another coworker. And I'm gonna say his name. His name was Tony. He was a great employee. And mind you, before all this situation happened and I was working with him, I noticed that Miss Slowness, Mr. Stuck on Slowness, the branch manager, the operations manager, and the supervisor would all be in a conference room, hee and ha with each other, wasting time. And I looked at Tony and I'm like, Tony, this is weird, because we working, we in the, we in the front. And I'm like, do you know it's like something like, it looked like some, favoritism going on. And he was like, pay attention. He said, all I can say, girl, is pay attention, because your eyes ain't deceiving you. And then, before you know it, the operations manager, I guess Tony, he was on a call with HR about a situation about him having to go on leave. And I guess the operations manager lied about the incident. And HR was trying to go against Tony because the operations manager feels some type of way about Tony. And I believe he expressed that to me. Like, I believe it's operations manager, she just don't like me, And then I already know it's the favoritism when it comes to certain employees and the managers there. So boom, Tony, ends up, having a call with HR. He sits down in his, his desk, and he looks stressed out. He looks like, dang, like, have we been going through this with HR? How come the operations manager sits in front of him? Because again, we were supposed to make calls, right? We were supposed to make calls. It was the hours closed. He was supposed to come back to his desk and start making calls. But he just had a stressful conversation with HR because the HR department did not want to believe him. And then you, as the operations manager, lied on what actually occurred. So right now, he is stressed out. He's pretty much upset with how you sat there and lied to the HR department about what he went through. So she purposely, intentionally, sits in front of his face, in front of the desk. And she's like, can you start working on calls? Can you start working on calls? Can you start working on calls? And he's like, I'm gonna work on calls. Can you give me a second? I'm gonna work on calls. She's like, no, I'm gonna sit here and wait for you to start making calls. Start making calls. Can you start making calls, please? Can you start making calls? Just antagonizing him on purpose. And mind you, this is the operations manager. This is me seeing this. Seeing how the operations manager is treating this employee after she pretty much set him up in HR department, and the HR department is going to believe the operations manager. And he was like, he was like, you know what? I know what you want me to do. I know what you want me to do. And she's like, what are you talking about? He was like, you want me to leave. So you know what? Here's the keys. There you go. I'm leaving. Because she was purposely in his face. Are you gonna make the calls? I really would like for you to make these calls. You need to be making these calls, please. Can you start making these calls? Antagonizing him, literally. And I witnessed it. This is the operations manager at the branch location. Boom, that happened. So let's go back to the incident I had with the operations manager. Because remember, I already seen how she was with Tony, so I knew she was going to try to do it with me. They was already watching me from afar, talking about me. They told me to sit in one location, right? And I already knew, you know, Miss Slowness, she was sitting at one desk, I'm sitting at another desk. But the managers or supervisors wanted me to purposely sit where Miss Slowness was sitting at. I'm like, why do they want me to sit here where she said, I don't even want to be, what is y'all? That's how I knew they was all in on it. And they cacking in the break in their office. Mind you, it's glass there, so it's like I can hear what you're saying. So now to the point where I heard they was talking mess about my hair, my jewelry probably being fake. Like, they were just talking nasty about me. And I brought it to HR. And I honestly feel like if they weren't talking nasty about me, right, they would have not been whispering. They started whispering after they found out that I knew that I heard them talking shit to me. Or they'll go to the back offices now, behind the wall. So I won't hear them. Instead of them just watching their mouth and be respectful in the working environment. It's called having code of ethics. They have it. Code of conduct. They have it. Because if I can respect you, you can respect me. So boom, the operations manager. Operations manager I end up moving to the other desk, whatever. Cause I'm like, they over here playing games with me. They want me to sit where Miss Slowness was sitting at, just for them to hee ha ha, thinking I'm trying to be like her or something like that. Like, ain't nobody trying to be like Miss Slowness. But boom, they start making fun of me because I'm sitting at her desk or whatever. So I was like, you know what, y'all want to do this just to be hee ha ha, petty. I said, you know what, I'm gonna sit back at the desk I was originally sitting at. Sit back at the desk I'm originally sitting at. The operations manager stuff come out. Oh, what are you doing? Like, why are you moving? I said, because I don't want to sit there. Like, you're trying to make me sit somewhere that I don't even need to really sit at. I can sit here. She was like, no, you need to sit over here on the side. Like, you need to sit over here back at this desk. She started being rude to me, right? Mind you, a customer is walking forward. I'm saying I can assist you. You tell me, no, you need to move over here this one. Okay, that's fine. As I start walking to the other desk, I say out loud, you know, I need to speak to HR. Like, I'm talking to myself, but I'm at a point where I just need to speak to HR. She was in the midst of talking to a customer. She cuts off talking to the customer and starts an argument with me, telling me that I don't need to be saying that. Use the excuse of you don't need to be saying that in front of a customer. Excuse me? Why do you feel like I don't have a right to say that in front of a customer? I have every right to say I need to speak to HR in front of anybody, because the way that you guys are conducting yourselves as managers is inappropriate. And she started the debate with me in front of a customer. The customer ends up leaving. She runs to the back office. I didn't know the HR lady was back there. They had me speak to the HR lady. Okay. She was like, so what happened, you know, just now with you, you know, saying that you need to speak to HR? I have a right to say that. She was like, and then you started an argument with the manager? I said, no, she started that argument. I said, she told me to go ahead and move my desk or move where I'm sitting at to another location, so I did that. As I was doing that, I said I need to speak to HR. I said, why her as a manager? Why she didn't wait until that customer left and asked if I can speak with her in the office? Why did she ignite that debate or that argument in front of a customer with me? Just because I made a comment of me wanting to speak to an HR department. As a manager, she should have waited until the customer left. Then asked, hey, Lovetta, can I speak to you in the office, please? And we would have had a respectful conversation. The HR was like, okay, you do have a point. I do have a point. She wanted to start that argument with me and then run to HR and say I was the problem, when technically they were the problem from jump. She ignited that argument or that debate in front of the customer. And as a manager, she should have took it upon herself to wait until that customer left and asked to speak with me in the office. And asked me, why do you feel that way? She didn't care about why I felt that way, because she knew why I felt that way. Because they were all against me for no reason. To the point where they went ahead and decided to transfer me. Oh, before that situation happened, let's go back to the car situation. Because the branch manager knew somebody planned something in my car. She knew, right? But that situation happened, and I think that's that same day they told me that they could transfer me, because I requested to transfer over to another location. Transfer me over. Because these people trying to frame me, racially profile me, discriminate against me, start arguments, and they want to flip it and say I'm the one that started the argument. And now that I have outsmarted them, they want to all of a sudden agree to transfer me over. Because at first they wanted to threaten me, and I had to put it in writing what actually occurred of people abusing their power at the Brea branch with Kinecta Federal Credit Union. Once I put that in writing, oh buddy, the transfer was submitted because they knew they was wrong, and Brea knew they created a crime against me and tried to frame me for it. So, boom, let's go back to the part where the car wash guy, out of nowhere, comes to the branch. Mind you, I already found the paper, ripped it up, threw it away. Out of nowhere, the branch manager has some guy come to her office and bring up, washing cars out. Mind you, they're talking about washing cars, but specifically my car. And he made a comment, oh, the red car, shh, don't. She can hear you. She can probably hear you. Yeah, baby, I already heard you. I heard you, honey. I heard you, branch manager, talking to that guy. I heard that you guys were trying to wash my car out to see if that document was in my car. I seen it. I heard it. Mind you, after that conversation she had with him, he walked out and he comes straight to my desk. But he's acting like he's talking to everybody. Hey, I want to wash, I'm here to wash you guys' car out. So if you guys want to wash, I can wash your cars. And he kind of come towards me like, I can wash your car. And I said, no, thank you. And I put my keys was, already in my bag. And I was like, no, thank you. I don't need you to wash my car. No. So y'all can plant something else in my car? You got me fucked. That got me messed up. Absolutely not. No, you cannot wash my car out. I don't want you near my car at all. At all. Absolutely not. The branch manager knew. The operations manager knew. The supervisor knew. Tina from the wealth management department knew. Miss Slowness knew. Mr. Stuck on Slowness knew what they did. They knew the crime they committed. And then let me guess, they put in a police report? Because that's something serious. And tried to frame me for it? That's something very serious. So boom, they transfer me over to the Huntington Beach branch. Transfer me over, and out of nowhere, customers is coming in, members coming in claiming they're cops. Oh, I'm a cop. Oh, I'm a police officer. Oh, I'm a cop. Police officer. In the back of my head, I'm like, I don't give a damn. Are you here to get a transaction done? Are you here to open an account? What do you want? Because ain't no way, ain't nobody about to come in here and be like, oh yeah, I'm a baker. Oh yeah, I'm a doctor. Oh yeah, I'm a lawyer. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'll take that back. Because there was one guy, he was an attorney. But we'll talk about that too. It was like, ain't nobody coming in, oh yeah, I'm a beautician. Oh yeah, I'm a... It was just people coming in as cops. Saying, oh yeah, I'm a cop. Yeah, I'm doing a transaction here. And I believe some of them were private investigators too. And they found out they couldn't find nothing. There was nothing there. Wasting money and time off of somebody who personally disliked me. Oh, and let's go back to the regional manager that's above the branch manager. Let's call her M. But they know who I'm referring to. And mind you, they had to resign her due to her behavior and her actions working as a regional manager at Kinecta Federal Credit Union, because honestly I feel like she was racist. Simple as that. Like she had a racist bone in her body. I don't know. There was one time I received recognition for bringing in the numbers I brought in to the wealth management, and the wealth management department was praising me, telling me thank you. The regional manager pretty much insulted me. He said, oh, it don't take a rocket scientist. Mind you, that's in writing. That's in the email. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this, or something like that. Insulting my performance in front of the wealth management department. And she's the regional manager. Shooting down how well I am as a person and the work that I put in. I was shocked, because actually when I first met her, I already felt as though she didn't like me. She wanted to see who I was because I was bringing in the numbers. Once she met who I was, she was kind of like, And mind you, they had customers coming in too, acting like members, making little comments and accusations of who they thought I was. And all along, people was just trying to frame me for shit I never did. And they just run with it. And because I'm African American, it gotta be true. Because of her name, it gotta be true. Because of who her mother and father is, it gotta be true. Get the hell out of here. So, again, they transfer me over to the Huntington Beach branch. Everything goes well. We had a supervisor and we had a manager. Manager, I'm gonna say his name, Ted. The other supervisor, I'm not gonna say her name because I believe she's still with the company. We're gonna say her name is Miss G, and she was so great. She was such a sweetheart. Great supervisor. Or I'm sorry, she was the operations manager. My apologies. At the Huntington Beach branch. They transferred me over to that location. When I say I felt like I was honestly able to do my job, it was another coworker there who was an intern in college. Other coworker, she was on maternity leave. She was coming back soon. We had enough space. It was me, the other coworker, the branch manager, and the operations manager. It was only like 4 of us at that time. So they had space, right? At that time, it was good. Everything was going good, gravy. Out of nowhere, somebody from the Manhattan Beach wanted to come to the branch and bring a robberies kit as soon as I'm transferred over to the branch. Why the hell are you bringing over a robberies kit? Why y'all didn't have a robbery kit over here once y'all opened the branch? Why y'all waiting until I'm transferred over? So all of a sudden, place a robbery kit in the branch. I felt like that was odd. That was really odd to me. I know Ted was, reporting to upper management that I'm doing well, I'm doing good. But again, the upper management didn't even want to hear that. The regional manager, M, she didn't want to hear that. She wanted to hear the wrong. She wanted to prove Brea branch was right about how I speak and conduct myself. All the lies they were saying, it was about 7 or 8 of them, 1 of me. They turned around and said that I was bullying them as a whole. What? I said, it's 8 of them. How can me, one person, mind you, only African-American person that has just been racially profiled, discriminated, framed. Mind you, I didn't tell them that they were framing me for something yet because I knew they was going to use that against me. How can I bully a whole group of people? That don't make sense. But again, Huntington Beach branch, Ted's like, she's great here. She's doing good. Whatever they were saying about her, it's not true. I don't know. Whatever Brea was talking about, even the operations manager, she's great here. She's nice here. She's sweet. She helps. And I'm like, thank you. Finally, in the back, and mind you, I didn't listen to the conference calls, but I knew. But upper management, the regional manager, M, she did not want to hear that. So you know what she did? She transferred Miss, what's her name? I'm gonna call her Miss Big Back Body. That's who she is. Cause mind you, the reason why I'm giving her this name, cause she threatened to give me a black eye. But nobody wanted to believe me. But let's go back to the beginning, right? Because again, it was only 4 of us. 1 was on maternity leave, so we had enough space at the branch. Upper management did not want to hear the positive work that I was putting into the Huntington Beach branch. So they brought over Big Back to the Huntington Beach branch to stir up some mess. Her name started with a J. Last name is a B. They know who I'm talking about. So they bring her over to the branch. I'm like, cool, whatever. But I already knew she came to stir up the pot. She came to lie. She came to try to get people fired. Because she was at the Gardena branch. Why is she coming from the Gardena branch and coming to the Huntington Beach branch? Whatever. Long story short, she lied and started spreading a rumor as if me and Ted had something going on. Nothing going on at all. She was in the operations manager ear, pretty much saying, I guess how Ted looked. I don't know. Maybe Ted was looking at me a certain way. I don't know. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, none of that was going on. She was just upset that Ted was actually being a manager and being nice to me and giving me the respect that I deserve. That the other managers at the other location, females by the way, who were intimidated by me. So Miss Big Back J lied all in the operations manager ear, causing the operations manager and the branch manager Ted conflict, not see eye to eye. The operations manager and I guess Big Back J came up with this report as being inappropriate in the branch. Started sending like harassment, modules for training And I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. I see they're trying to set Ted up because they see that Ted is giving me respect. Then they transfer and call him Lizard because that's what it was given. He started insulting how I speak, how I talk. I'm making calls, leaving voicemail. He's on the call or playing on the phone with somebody else, a coworker, talking about, yeah, she's faking. She don't even talk like that. Get out of here. You know, she don't talk like insulting how I speak. So I brought it to my manager's attention, Ted's attention. And I told him, I said, Lizard is over here insulting how I speak, and I don't appreciate it. Just because I don't come in here talking ghetto and I know how to conduct myself in a working environment does not give him the right to sit here and make fun of how I speak. I felt like Lizard was another person that the regional manager, M, brought over here on purpose to say that the capacity in the branch of employees is full and she wants me to start working from home. But mind you, they already made me permanent at the Huntington Beach branch. So you wasted your time transferring people over to say it's too filled up at this location to try to boot me out to just make calls from home. And that's where she messed up at. The regional M messed up at Kinecta Federal Credit Union. So Ted goes ahead and speaks to Lizard. Pretty much tell him, you know, you can't be doing that. Can't be making fun of how she speak. You can't, you know, I don't know what conversation it was. He walked out upset. Before you know it, once that situation occurred, I brought it to my manager's attention, and I believe the manager probably went to HR. The upper management, the regional manager, M, was upset because you know why? She's the one who brought Big Back J and Lizard to that location to purposely boot me out, to purposely lie on me when it comes to a business relationship between Ted and myself. And Big Back J stirred that pot and lied. So once Lizard got in trouble about how he was making fun of me, that's when everybody attacked Ted. That's when all of a sudden the problems with Ted started to happen. That's when the operations manager at that Huntington Beach branch started to go against Ted. That's when all of a sudden he had to go on leave. That's when all of a sudden Big Bag J wanted to make a report about Ted or whatever the case may be. Everybody else had a conversation with HR or whatever, but me. Nobody spoke to me about any incident with Ted. Before you know it, he put in a 2-week leave and then he just left on his own because it was ridiculous, because they were honestly trying to set him up. So boom, after someone that was there to actually protect, operation manager was there, it was only her. It was one customer that came in and she kind of insinuated as if I had a relationship with Ted. Then the operations manager leaned in like, oh, do you have Ted's wife number? Do you have her number? This is the operation manager asked me that. And I'm like, no, like, why would I have her number? Like, what are you guys trying to insinuate? What is Big Bag J putting in y'all head to make y'all believe anything that was going on between Ted and I? Why you guys can't believe that I can keep it professional? Other than somebody's creating a fake Facebook account of me, acting like a prostitute or a stripper or whatever the hell that fake Facebook account. Somebody hate me that much. Y'all didn't take the time to look at the other Lovetta Young page and notice that that was actually me who do music, writes my own music, who has been doing music before I even got in the banking industry. They didn't want to do that research. They want to focus. They want to make sure. They want to find bad research or bad information, and it was false information. So boom, that happens. They Ted end up leaving. Operation manager ends up, you know, making slick comments about me knowing Ted's wife number or anything with Ted. And I'm like, what? And I just, you know, let that go, whatever, blow or whatever. Eventually, you know, the operations manager started to notice that upper management wanted to target me. Our, you know, regional manager M was making me her target. And she kept on saying, that's messed up, man. Like, that's messed up how they're doing her. But mind you, she's talking to Big Bag J. They're talking across from me. But I can hear them. Office is small. I knew what was really going on. I knew that upper management, regional M manager, she had a personal problem with me because she wanted to believe the Brea branch location. When these are the same people who tried to frame me. But it's so easy to believe people that have been there for so long when, again, make you think about, is this part of the reason why they've been here that long? Because they set people up so they can keep their position with Kinecta Federal Credit Union? Sounds like a yeah. And it looks like they ain't new to this. It looks like they ain't new to this at all. It looks like they're true to this at this point. So boom, operation manager, she was like, dang, this messed up. For a while, I remember she expressed to me, I've been trying to transfer, to the Long Beach branch, and they didn't want to transfer her over until she realized that I was a good person and she wanted to defend me. All of a sudden, the regional manager decides to go ahead and transfer over to the Long Beach location and bring in 2 new managers, a manager and another operations manager. And mind you, they're black too. So now I'm not the only black person. So they play it out. Now she's not the only black person. So the operations manager before, she's seeing good in her, but we need to see something bad. We need to try to get her out. I already knew branch manager, new operations manager, branch manager, we'll call him branch manager guy, and operations manager guy. Both black. I'm thinking, yeah, got some black people here, we're gonna be good. And then the girl that was on maternity leave, she black too. Proud. But Big Bad J had to go and stir in the pot once they transferred over to the location. Because her job was to make me look bad in other people's eyes. To keep the regional manager happy. And Lizard on her side too. So boom, branch manager guy come, operations manager guy come. They getting to know us. Branch manager guy ends up, talking to everybody. He ends up, speaking to me. Hey, nice to meet you, branch manager guy. Soon as he's having a good conversation with me. And then he starts going back, to everybody else. And then Big Bad J tells him, that's the reason, why Ted left. It's her, so, watch out. And he's like, oh, ain't none of that going on here. Ain't none of that. Don't worry about any of that. But she's the reason why Ted left or something like that, because something was going on to you. Big Bad J was lying, stirring up the pot about what actually occurred when it came to working at the Huntington Beach branch, when it came to working with Ted. She lied. So now, here is 2 black managers who sat here and listened to someone else, Big Bad J, who's not African American, by the way, lie on me. So now them as black men, they have to stay extra precautious of me because again, they're already black men. They ain't trying to get fired because of a rumor that Big Bad J told them. So they have to be cautious of me. And I'm like, I can't believe this. Like, she really putting in some work, huh? But don't worry, I'll be here for a while. So you can sit here and lie and spread rumors about what happened with me and the past manager all you want. Because at the end of the day, that's not what occurred and that's not what happened. And I don't conduct myself that way in a working environment. So that happens. Long story short, the branch managers, they act like they gotta keep doors open when they walk in the office with me and they gotta, and I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna let this die out too. They realize I'm still able to get the job done. They realize I'm pleasant. They realize I'm bringing in numbers. The regional manager tries to be funny and try to tell me that she wanted me to start working from home. It's a great opportunity. But honestly, they already made me permanent at this Huntington Beach branch. So no, I do not want to go ahead and start working from home. I am going to stay at the branch. I like getting dressed and looking cute. I like assisting people at the branch location. I like doing my job. Thank you. She felt some type of way. Then, again, they just transferred Lizard over. So she tried to speak to Lizard to see if Lizard wanted to be transferred out because we had too many employees at the Huntington Beach branch. And who was that to blame? Regional Manager M. Boom, that happens. Then we're going to fast forward, realize that Lizard and Big Bad J, she and him, they like to poke fun, nitpick. One day I'm wearing glasses, some day I'm not wearing glasses. Sometimes my eyes do bother me and I want to wear my glasses and I need to wear my glasses. And there's times when I don't want to wear my glasses. And I feel like they be acting like they're elementary kids. They are freaking elementary kids. My current employer, they're elementary kids too. Here, oh my gosh, she's trying to look smart. Oh my God. What the? Like, really? I'm trying to look smart, or you're upset that I'm actually smart? Smart enough to do this job. Smart enough to put in the work harder than you. That's what that's about. Making fun of how I look, how I dress. Making fun of my Instagram. Stalking me on Instagram. Like, bro, crazy mess. We'll get towards the end. I already spoke to branch manager Jay about his actions when it comes to me, informing him about Big Bag Jay's actions towards me, how she speaks to me like she has a problem with me, and I haven't did nothing to her for her to even speak to me in certain ways, and I don't appreciate it, and she's being slick with it and conniving with it. But then when the hee ha ha in my face when the branch manager is in front of us, and it's like, I don't trust it. I already peeped game of what the regional manager did and what you're trying to do. Fast forward, they end up firing Regional M. Yeah, they end up firing her or resigning. She resigned because she got a messed up hip, or she fell on her hip or something. I don't know. All I gotta say is God don't like ugly. God do not like ugly. She ended up resigning. Ended up, bumping up a level as a banker. And start establishing, opening CDs accounts and, trying to do trust accounts. I was, working my way up, trying to work my way up. Just focusing on the job and the numbers. And they felt intimidated by that. I honestly feel like they were intimidated by how focused I was on the job compared to just lollygagging on the job. Even when they reviewed my work on, doing the loans, so I started, helping members apply for loans. They were upset that I actually was good at doing the applications, to the point that Big Bag J insulted me with the branch manager guy. Mind you, the branch manager guy started to have feelings for Big Bag J. Let's talk about it, to the point that he was offering to take walks with her on the branch clock. Mind you, she ain't no supervisor. She's on the clock. She's not on lunch. Why are you trying, and you're married, why are you trying to take a walk outside the branch with an employee? And you're the branch manager. Why are you over here giving her compliments when her face is facing the wall and her butt is facing outward? You walk up from behind her and say, I like, oh, your pants is nice. You're looking at her butt and then want to cover it up and say, oh, because they're purple, because the Lakers are purple. Yeah, you tried to cover it up, sir, because you're looking at her booty. You're trying to take walks with her on the clock. You want to sit in her cubicle and talk about nothing. Let's talk about it. And mind you, I put that in the chat too, because once they left out to take their walk and exercise that shouldn't be conducted during hours of the branch, messaged the operations manager and told him how inappropriate that is for them to be taking walks outside of the branch to exercise when we're on the clock and we're supposed to be running a whole branch. When I say the branch manager and Big Bag J walked back fast, they walked back fast because they know it was inappropriate. He know he was wrong. She knows she was wrong. But she was the same Big Bag J. Big Bag J was the same person that tried to make it seem like me and Ted had something going on. That was not the case. But she over here want to take long walks with the branch manager on the clock. Excuse me? Excuse me, what is going on here? What is going on here? Mind you, she was trying to work her way up to be a supervisor. So I can see how she's working. Like, girl, please. Just because you do that does not mean I do it. And again, they insulted me about my performance. I was able to open up loans and create, do everything perfectly, customer sign documents, everything, just neat, everything. And she was like, she insults my performance. Like, oh, I guess she ain't stupid. But she's talking to the branch manager guy. And the branch manager guy didn't even correct her, tell her, we don't talk about our coworkers like that. We all work together. Instead, he laughed with her about it. Oh. That's when my anxiety flared again. I said, oh, I see where this is going. I said, Big Bag J trying to set me up. She getting buddy with the branch manager. The branch manager have a thing for her. So he's going to do anything she asks him to do. If she said, can you jump for me, branch manager? He's going to say, how high? Forgetting that he has a wife at home. Inappropriate. I feel like the only person that was appropriate enough was the operations manager at that time. Only person. And the operations manager before him, the lady. The branch manager guy, he was a decent person. He's nice. He doesn't, do no wrong or anything. But as far as when somebody's doing someone's wrong and then you don't want to believe me, That's crazy. And then you heard this person insult me multiple times. She expressed how she truly feel about me. But since you're so buddy-buddy with her and not seeing what she's actually doing, you don't want to believe me. And then she already put in your ear about whatever happened with Ted that wasn't even true. So you already was siding with her. She already had Blizzard on her side. She got the branch manager on her side. Oh, the maternity leave girl, she ended up coming back. Her and I was cool for a little bit, and then they started, gossiping about other stuff, and that's how she got close with her. And I'm not a gossiping type of female. I'm not about to sit here and waste my time gossip with you about stuff that's not important. It's not helping the branch. It's not helping the company. What are we talking about? Okay? So she became buddy-buddy with maternity girl. And mind you, I'm like, cool, I don't care. Y'all don't write my check. Y'all is not cutting my check. I'm going to still do what I need to do. I got kids to feed and raise. I'm not about to play with y'all. And I still did my job. Now, what broke the camel's back? Oh, and let's go back. Before they were even, the branch manager and operation managers, they were transferred out and everything. Before then, let's go back to when Ted was here. There was an attorney that I assisted, and he needed to, do a CD or whatever. And he had pretty much, because they can't directly accuse me of anything. They can indirectly. They can provide subliminals. They can sit here and say, little things that I can catch on to. And he pretty much accused me of being paranoid. And I said, no, there's a difference between being paranoid and there's a difference between being observant. And he couldn't do nothing but chuckle. Do nothing but say, and say I was a great employee. After the transaction done, I did everything right, signed everything, because him and I, we had a conversation, just a couple of things. Even when he was like, oh, people like to steal names. And I was like, well, that's funny because my name is Lovetta. That's my middle name. That was the name that my father gave me when I was born. That's on my birth certificate. I have nothing to hide. I don't care what you guys think, because I have nothing to hide. That's why I walk with confidence and reassurance in myself. Because while you guys trying to nitpick and find little flaws and errors in somebody to try to put something together as though I'm a bad person, when in all actuality, you're only reflecting yourself as a bad person, it's crazy. It's crazy, and that's why they dislike me so much. Because they're like, dang, why are they saying these things about her, but we don't find nothing? Because there wasn't nothing. It was just somebody that personally disliked me, who personally framed me, tried to frame me, and that person should actually be in jail for defamation of character. So yeah, that attorney, I'm not gonna say his name, but his name is attorney. He know who I'm talking about. He know who I'm talking to, referring to. It sounds as though somebody spoke to him about me. He wanted to dive into my mindset and see where my head is at. Long story short, after that transaction occurred, he felt like I was a great employee. And I know I'm a great employee. It's just people that aren't so great employees who are intimidated by how well I am as a person and an employee. God damn it, I'm gorgeous as a black woman. We are gorgeous people. It intimidate people so much. And I just be like, you don't even have to be like that towards us. We just here trying to do the best we can, just like y'all. Why do you feel like you've got to feel some type of way because, let me guess, you have a degree and all this stuff, and how could she be this good if she don't even have a degree? Like, have y'all thought of, me just having the experience, me actually working and improving my skills based off of the experience? People don't think like that. They don't think about stuff like that. They don't think. They want to think the worst. They just think the worst, and then just interrogate, antagonize, attack. So, get to the end of the situation. Okay, so this woman, she gets upset because she's telling me to go on break. And I'm like, I'm gonna go on break, but she's trying to rush me. Like, she already had an issue with me and whatever it may be. And I'm kind of like, what, like, why is she acting like this, sort of like anxious, trying to rush me, trying to tell me what to do again? Like, what old girl tried to do, Miss Slowness tried to do. Try to tell me what to do, try to get reaction out of me, and then try to blame it on me because, again, they're trying to just do their job and tell me, you know, what to do. But no, you're trying to antagonize me, trying to rush me. And me, that doesn't bother me. Yes, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with a smile on my face. She was upset that I was moving too slow for her. So she told my other coworker, she told Lizard to go ahead and take his lunch. Or take his break. And I can take it after. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So he comes back from his break. And Big Back wanna tell me, now you can go take your break. Okay, I'm gonna take my break. Clocking off slow. Mind you, Lizard is back at his desk. She's like literally across from me. She's closer to him than me. So she balls up her fist because I guess I'm taking my time. And she said, well, I'm gonna give her a black eye. Lizard looks back like in shock of what she said. And I looked at her like, I said, oh, okay. That's what you want to do? Mind you, it's cameras here. So they seen Lizard shock and he kind of looks back. They seen the shock in him. And I know they heard what she said. Because there was a time when we were talking about politics in the branch. And the branch manager stepped out. He came back and he was like, okay, guys, we can't be talking about it. Because at first he was into the conversation too. And he got a call and he stepped out. Came back. Okay, guys, we can't talk about that. So I know they heard everything. They heard Big Bag J say she wants to give me a black eye. She walks up across the counter and rips a piece of paper extra hard as if she wanted to walk up and hit me. I reported to the managers. The managers didn't even respond to my messages. They went and spoke to her. I'll come back from my break. They asked to come sit with me. And then it asked me if I was hearing things. So my question, I really be asking, like, when it came to Miss Slowness trying to accuse me of things, did y'all ask her, was she hearing things? Did y'all ask her, or did y'all automatically, did y'all due diligence and accuse me of accusations I did not do and threaten me for my job? But when somebody actually threatens me, y'all did not take the steps needed to protect me as an employee from someone who threatened to give me a black eye because I didn't move fast enough for my break. And then all of you guys turned on me to cover up your actions as employees at the Huntington Beach branch. That's why after I spoke to HR and I was on leave, and I posted to Instagram saying y'all need to do the right thing. I did. This girl that threatened me at work, y'all need to do the right thing. And I posted on my Instagram because I know they were watching me from my Instagram page. They turned around and told me they no longer wanted me to be an employee and accused me of unethical code of conduct and all this stuff. Oh yeah, let's go back to the other part. After this girl, because that's being what happened. She threatened me. That happens, go back to work, report to HR. They say, maybe you heard something. I told them they need to go ahead and do the right thing because this girl threatened me. Branch managers didn't do nothing. So I come back to work, and again, my anxiety is up because they over there, Big Bag Joe, the person who threatened me, and the branch manager, they over hee ha ha, being petty. My anxiety's already rose because this girl threatened me at work. So now I feel like she can do anything to me and then still be protected, even though I'm the one that's being threatened. A customer comes up to get assisted, right? Big Bag J had a customer at her desk. The document she needed was behind me. She purposely walks behind me, get the documents needed for the customer she had at her desk, and purposely stands at my desk with that paper that the member needs to sign at her desk. She purposely stands there after this girl done threatened me at work, and my anxiety is through the roof when it comes to her. She's at my desk when I have a customer in front of me. So I stepped back and I said, can you please go to your desk? I am uncomfortable with you here at my desk. I said, after you have threatened me, I'm uncomfortable. I need you to go to your desk. what are you talking about? Why are you acting like this? Like, I said, no, can you go to your desk, please? I said, there's no reason for you to be here at my desk when I have a customer member here in front of me, and the document you needed is for your member to sign at where she's at. Why are you standing here after you done threatened me? And you want to sit here and stand next to me? No, I need 50. I do not trust you. You can probably give me a black eye any moment. You can probably hit me at any moment. And then once I defend myself and actually beat them, they're going to be ready to fire me. Okay? So again, they see me on camera step back and move to the side. Because I knew they were going to lie and say, oh, she acted random. Mind you, the branch manager is in the vault. He can't see what's going on. And I knew why she did that on purpose. The manager's not there. The manager can't see what's going on. He can't, nothing. So the branch manager, she walks off. She's like, she tells the customer, the member in front of me, oh, I'm so sorry about this. And I'm like, you're being apologetic for something that you are causing when you know you caused this. She runs off to the branch manager because the manager, here's the situation going on. And mind you, I'm not even being loud, not yelling at her. I'm just asking her, can you please go to your desk? Because after you threatened me, I am uncomfortable with you being near me. Branch manager comes up. She storms off to the manager first and tells her side of the story to cover up her actions, lie. I deal with the customer. Customer ends up leaving. I'm sorry, the branch guy. I need to speak to you. Before I can even tell him what actually occurred, I was already fed up. And I told him straight out, I said, I have told you how she has been acting towards me numerous of times, and you have ignored it. And I said, at this point, I honestly feel like you like her, whether it's professionally or unprofessionally. You know what this man do? Instead of saying, you know what, why do you feel that way? Let's actually talk about this. I don't want you to feel that way. What happened? You know what this man did? Because he knew I was right. He said, you know what, I can't do this no more. You need to clock out. I need to clock out. I need to clock out because you know I'm right. I need to clock out because you know I'm right. All right, bet. I'm gonna go ahead and type this to the HR department. If you want to stand behind me, sit behind me while can you clock out? Yes, I'm gonna clock out, but I'm also notifying HR. I am. And that's what really occurred at that location. And mind you, I wasn't able to tell branch manager guy what actually happened. So he only going based upon what Big Bag J told him. And then he already disliked me because I put it in writing in the DM messages to the operations manager of how inappropriate it is to be walking off with Miss Big Bag J during branch hours. You know he already felt some type of way. You know he was on Big Bag J's side. So where is the lie at? Long story short, HR comes back to me and tells me, oh, we decided to no longer have you with us due to unethical code of ethics. Tried to commit me a fraud. I said, fraud where? Fraud where? It was some other things too. But I'm like, fraud where? Where did I commit fraud from? Where is this? I said, can you give me details of where did you get this from? Oh, we can't give you details about it, but you're accusing me of something without any details or proof or facts of it. So again, why are you... Okay, bet. Then they got sued for partial of what actually occurred, not even the whole thing. At this point, they might come for me because I spoke up. But at the same time, they're over here speaking up and lying on my name about some email fraud. Somebody's over here lingering around in the banking industry about email fraud or fraud. Who is doing email fraud? Who is lying on my name? Talk about it. Let's talk about it so I can correct all of you. Because what y'all not about to do is play with my name. Y'all not about to play with Lovetta. And y'all know my real government name. I'm a grown individual just like you guys are. I don't care about a title, and you shouldn't care too. You should care about what's right. And at this point, you guys do not care about what is right. commit. You guys want to prosecute just to get paid on innocent people. On top of that, a black woman, black innocent woman, and you thought it was okay to make me your target. Well, hello. Are you sure you made the right choice as me being your target? I don't think so. I don't think so. So honestly, I feel, come at me nice or don't come at me at all. Don't sit here and accuse me of things I've never did or committed. Don't sit here and waste your time putting in my personal profile of things that are false. Or I will be suing for defamation of character and any other thing I need to sue you guys for. I have such a good heart because I don't care about that. I care about being treated fairly and right and just. And lately, you guys treat people very unjustly. Especially black people. And I'm tired of it in this banking industry. I am tired of it. And all y'all trying to do is boot me out when y'all know I'm good at what I do. Great at what I do. Smart at what I do. But y'all want to sit here and tear me down. And then now that I'm currently employed with a black bank, they want to sit here and play mind games with me too. And I'm actually happy I'm going through therapy right now. I'm very happy because now I'm able to speak up and say you guys are wrong. So wrong on so many levels. So many levels. And I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. So here's the thing, current employer, former employer, whatever employer in the banking industry. Stop treating these employees as your entertainment. Stop sitting here recruiting and hiring people to help grow your business just to tear them down mentally and emotionally, to get some form of control on them. That's not right. Don't get mad at employees who are not in that much debt than you are with these banks. Don't do it. Don't get mad at us because you got degrees and everything and you in college debt and you in mortgage debt and vehicle debt, loan debt, but then somebody come in here that don't have that much debt as you, still come in with a smile on their face and do their job. And you want to be upset with this person that's minding their own business. You accept it. Just to turn around and say, we don't like her, so we're gonna antagonize her. We're gonna get her to run away. We're gonna accuse her of things. Let's mess with her. It's wrong. It's wrong. But I hope this video wakes you guys up. Kinecta Federal Credit Union. I'm speaking up. I believe I have a large enough platform to speak up and say something. Because clearly, the banking industry, they know my name. They know who I am. The feds, they know who I am. Hello. Nice to meet you. Now, let's have some respect or cut me a check. Thank you.